Young people are already reshaping how food is grown, shared, and sustained. The Mizizi Youth Voices podcast series brings you their stories. This is a space where we spotlight young leaders working in sustainability and regenerative spaces. Through conversations with young people from different parts of the world, we explore ideas, challenges, and innovations shaping more just, resilient, and sustainable futures. This mini-series focuses on youth voices in food and farming and is connected to the Mizizi Magazine Youth Edition launching in June 2026. You can learn more at mzizimag.africa. This mini-series is a collaboration between Mizizi Magazine, Young Professionals for Agricultural Development, ICLEI Afri Food Links, and Green Action Week. My name is Hannah Hopper, and I will be your host for this series. Hello and welcome to Mizizi Youth Voices. I'm excited to be joined by Anyama Henry, an agricultural extension officer, skilled trainer, and climate smart agriculture specialist from Unjumani district in Uganda. Henry is a YPARD WYNA program fellow, working to strengthen youth and women leaders in African sustainable agri-food systems through innovation, community solutions. With over 5 years of experience in agricultural extension, agroforestry, and climate smart farming, Henry has supported farmers through training, demonstration plots, and projects such as local seed businesses, household trees growing, and permaculture. He is passionate about helping communities improve food security, build resilience, and adopt sustainable farming practices, combining hands-on fieldwork with practical innovations. Henry, it is wonderful to have you with us today.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'd love to take this chance to really thank Mizizi and YPARD for collaborating together in ensuring that the youth voices are uplifted. First and foremost, I grew up in a farming community where agriculture was not just a source of food, but a way of life. Seeing some food is produced, seeing how some food is produced and the challenges farmers face, like pests and diseases, climate change, and market access, naturally drew my interest. As I grew older, I wanted to be part of the solution by improving productivity and sustainability. Furthermore, my studies and training in agriculture exposed me to broader food system from production to consumption. I became especially interested in how sustainable practices can improve livelihood while protecting natural resources, which inspired me to pursue a career in this field. I also saw agriculture as an opportunity not only to ensure food security, but also to create employment and income for myself and others within my society. This also motivated me to explore innovative and sustainable agribusiness opportunities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Henry, and thank you so much again for being a part of today's episode. I'm going to start out by asking you, what first drew you to working in food systems, agriculture, or sustainability as a young person?
Passion for food security is the first thing that drew my attention to agriculture. In my community, I noticed that many households struggled to access enough nutrition food despite having land. That motivated me to learn more about sustainable farming practices that can yield while preserving the environment. Secondly, I became interested in sustainability after realizing how environmental degradation affects agriculture. Issues like soil fertility, loss, and unpredictable weather made me curious about sustainable practices such as organic farming and agro, which balance production with environmental conservation. To add on that, I was also inspired by the hardworking farmers in my community who often lack access to information and modern techniques. I wanted to support them by sharing knowledge, improving practices, and helping them increase their income sustainability.
Thank you, Henry. From your perspective, what is one of the biggest challenges facing food systems in your region right now?
As a young person, from my own perspective, one of the biggest challenges facing food system in my region right now is climate change, especially the unpredictable rainfall patterns. Farmers can no longer rely on traditional planting seasons, which leads to crop failure and reduced yield. If I may cite an example, before the late 90s, our great grandparents used to plant early in Feb, starting Feb, March. That was the time when the rain season began. But the current situation is rainfall here starts in late March or even April. So this really has a profound effect on planting. This affects food availability and incomes. Addressing this requires promoting climate smart agriculture practices like irrigation, drought-resistant crops, and better weather information systems. Besides that, access to market and price instability is also another challenge. There is poor market access and unstable prices. Farmers often sell their produce at very low prices due to lack of storage, poor infrastructure, and limited bargaining power, which discourages production. There is also a challenge of low youth involvement in agriculture. Many young people see farming as unprofitable, which affects the future sustainability of food systems.
Thank you, Henry. You've listed a few big challenges there, from rainfall and climate instability to youth perceptions around agriculture. What role do you think young people can play in transforming food systems?
Young people can play a critical role in transforming food systems by innovation, energy, and adaptability. That is from my own perspective. They are more open to adopting modern technologies such as digital agriculture, climate smart practices, and agribusiness models. Young people can also drive value addition, improve market linkages, and promote sustainable practices like agroecology by engaging in agriculture as entrepreneurs and change agents. They can help make food systems more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable. Youth can act as a link between research, extension services, and farmers by sharing knowledge and new practices within communities. Furthermore, young people can also influence policies and advocate for better support systems for farmers and sustainable food systems.
And Henry, what gives you hope when you think about the future of food and farming?
In my own view, what gives me hope about the future of food and farming is the increasing involvement of young people and the growing awareness around sustainable agriculture. More farmers and stakeholders are embracing climate smart practices, innovation, and value addition. I'm also encouraged by how communities are becoming more open to learning and adapting new methods that improve productivity while protecting the environment. Therefore, this shows that the food system is gradually becoming more resilient and sustainable. Even with challenges like climate change, I've seen farmers are adapting and finding ways to cope, which shows resilience and determination.
You've worked closely with farmers through training and extension programs. Can you share an example of a project or initiative that had a strong impact on the community?
As an extension officer, one project I was involved in that had a strong impact on the community was a climate smart agriculture initiative project that was funded by the Denmark Embassy. The goal of the project was to improve livelihood and household incomes, especially for refugees and host communities, keeping in mind the youth, women, people living with disabilities, among others. In the project, I trained farmers on climate smart agriculture techniques, including intercropping, mulching. The project also provided drought-tolerant crop varieties to the community. We demonstrated proper crop spacing and also carried out integrated pest management practices. We also emphasized more on water management to support agriculture sustainably. As a result, several participants successfully learned and used climate smart practices. They were able to generate income within a short period. In addition, households improved, their nutrition level also improved. As I talk right now, the biggest impact was that the project created a new source of livelihood, especially for the young people, and increased interest in agribusiness within the community. It also demonstrated that agriculture can be profitable even on a small scale.
Thank you for sharing that, Henry. That's very inspiring to hear how impactful those programs were. As you mentioned, your work covers agroforestry, climate smart farming, and permaculture. For young people just starting out, what is one practical technique or approach they could try to improve their farms?
As a young farmer, one practical approach I would recommend to young farmers starting out is integrating trees into their farms through agroforestry. You can plant fruit trees. You can also establish other types of trees that are fast growing and fix nitrogen. These trees help improve soil fertility, provide shade, reduce erosion, and can also offer traditional benefits like firewood and fodder. The fruit trees can act as source of income and also food security to the people. And this also plays a very critical role in agroecology. This approach, in my own opinion, is low cost, sustainable, and improves productivity over time, making it ideal for young farmers with limited resources.
And as a YPARD WYNA fellow supporting youth and women leaders, what is one lesson you have learned about empowering young people to lead change in agriculture?
One key lesson I have learned about empowering young people to lead change in agriculture is that access to knowledge alone is not enough. Confidence and ownership are just as important. When young people are given practical skills, mentorship, and the opportunity to take initiative, they become more innovative and committed. In my experience, when youth are actively involved in decision making and supported to test their own ideas, they are more likely to adapt and promote sustainable practices. Empowerment comes from creating an environment where they feel valued, capable, and trusted to lead. I have learned that young people need to be involved, not just trained. When they participate in planning, for example, decision making, they take greater ownership of projects. Besides that, hands-on experience is also key. Young people learn best by doing, and practical engagement builds both skills and confidence.
You raised some really important points there around the power of providing young people with practical skills and mentorship. Connecting farmers to markets and financial services can be challenging. From your experience, what is one way innovation and youth involvement can help farmers access new opportunities?
From my own experience and my own perspective, one effective way innovation and youth involvement can help farmers access new opportunities is through use of digital platforms and mobile technologies. You realize young people are more comfortable with technology and can support farmers in accessing market information, things like connecting to buyers and even linking the farmers to financial services like mobile banking, digital loan. For example, youth can also act as intermediaries by helping farmers use mobile apps, social media, advertise their produce, compare prices, and reach wider markets beyond their local areas. This reduces exploitation by middlemen and improves farmers' income. Young people can also engage in processing or value addition, basically packaging and so on, which increases the value of farm products and opens up new market opportunities for both the farmers and the young people themselves. Young people can also serve as extension agents or agribusiness service providers, bridging the gap between farmers, markets, and financial institution. So in line with that, I would really love to thank YPARD so much for giving me this opportunity as a YPARD WYNA fellow, because I've been able to realize my potential in line with innovation. Currently, I'm implementing a mushroom project within my community. I'm training young farmers, especially women and the youth, in the aspect of mushroom growing. This is basically a way of providing employment opportunity to the youth. So environmental conservation is also a key aspect, because the mushroom utilizes waste from within the environment. So in that way, we are really keeping the environment clean. We are also ensuring that there is a food security, because mushrooms are so edible and rich in protein, and also provide other nutrients to the young people. Besides that, level of income also within the community will increase.
Thank you for sharing how your mushroom project is not only empowering women and young people in employment, but is also addressing food security and improving the local biodiversity. My last question for you, Henry, is if you could change one thing in the food system for young people, what would it be?
As a youth leader and winner fellow, one aspect in the food system that I could really change would be the aspect of innovation. Young people really need to come on board to practice whatever they have in their mind and what they have acquired from the education sector. There are so many innovative practices in agriculture that really need to be put in place, because these are practices that really do not require so much energy.
Thank you so much, Henry, for sharing your experiences and insights with us. It is inspiring to hear how you're supporting farmers through hands-on training, agroforestry, and climate-smart agriculture, while strengthening youth and women voices in your community. Your work highlights the value of extension services, demonstration plots, and practical learning in improving food security, building resilience, and helping farmers adopt more sustainable practices. And thank you to everyone listening. We hope this conversation has given you fresh ideas, new perspectives, and a reminder of the powerful role young people are playing in shaping the future of food. You can find more youth voices and stories at mzizimag.africa, including the Mzizi Youth Edition launching in June 2026. This has been Mzizi Youth Voices. My name is Hannah Hopper, and I have been your host. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to bringing you more youth voices from across the world.